Welcome to the Let's Talk BS podcast. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Sofia, and we're coming to you live from the
757, where we discuss real estate,
culture, and current events.
Yo, what's going on, Sofia?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. How's everything been? I got food in front of me, so y'all pardon me during this episode. I'm indulging. Sophia's not.
Nope, I'm indulging in the adult beverage.
Yeah, me too as well. You know, got a nice sidecar right here.
Yep, and I got a nice lemon drop.
Absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, how's everything been? How you been the last week and a half, 2 weeks?
Oh, man. I feel like I've been so busy. Just kids' doctor's appointments and then weekend tournaments. We actually traveled this past weekend. I went to my first divorce party. I've never done that before.
Yeah, I've seen those on social media.
Yeah, I attended one.
Yeah. I feel like there's parties for everything now. There's obviously, the whole baby gender reveal.
Listen, I never got any of that. Nothing except for a baby shower. I wish I was a part of
the person who's doing it can throw the party.
No, when I was pregnant, that stuff didn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, your youngest is the same old. Yeah.
Gender reveal was with Niall, maybe Sloan.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I did a gender reveal.
Oh,
I did it to a cupcake and did a whole video.
Oh, yeah. No.
That was going on.
I didn't know anything about it then. I guess I wasn't on social media much. I guess. I don't know. I didn't know nothing about that. And then, push gifts. Who knew?
Yeah.
Women are getting push gifts. I was like, I did that shit for free.
Yeah, baby moons. One of my buddies.
Right, baby moons.
Matter of fact, shout out to my, I'm going to mention this real quick since we're on the topic a little bit. My buddy Bryan and Sofia, guy I grew up with, real good friend of mine, man. Good dude. Him and his wife, they've been actually trying for a baby for a while. And they just recently moved down to Louisville, where her family's from. And they actually are expecting. So they just went on a baby moon. They was out in Jamaica. And I talked to him, I think about a week and a half ago, just catching up or whatever. But they're expecting a little baby girl. So shout out to them. I just wanted to say that. But yeah, back when because yours, like you said, your son is the same age as mine, close to. Yeah, I mean, that was going on, man.
Hold on, wait. Did you do it amongst a crowd or you did it at home in the privacy of your...
No, so what we did was...
Or for your parents?
No. So what we did was, we did it for our friends and family. Right?
Oh, okay.
Family and friends, I guess you could say. So we were debating if we wanted to do it real time in front of our family and friends. But what we ended up doing is we went to a park. I had one of my buddies who do video record us. I went to Sweet Cream. Shout out to Sweet Cream, my favorite bakery here locally. And they put blue or pink inside of a cupcake. And so we had my buddy video us. He did a little drone shot.
So how did y'all get the sex or the gender to the bakery?
We just give them the photo, the video, or how when you go for ultrasound and they know at the time if it's a boy or a girl, they put it in an envelope. So we just didn't look at it. We gave it to the bakery.
Okay.
Yeah, we gave it to the bakery, and then they made cupcakes with, at the time it was our son, so it was blue inside of it. So we went to the park, just me and Brooke, sat there, and then we bit into the cupcake together. She bit into mine, I bit into hers, and it was blue. And then what we did was, instead of doing that in front of people, we had a moment for ourselves like that. And then we sent it out to all of our family and friends. So everybody knew that we were having a boy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I mean, what I'm saying is at that time, because my son is actually older than your son, at that time that was a thing. I remember I actually went to several gender reveals. I actually got that idea from somebody else who did.
I don't know where I was at.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah. Never. I don't recall it being a thing in my, I guess, world that I was in. But I also don't. I mean, this is the most that I've been out in about a long time.
Gotcha. So how was, you said you went to a divorce party. So how does that, I've heard of those, but what is that? You just, women, I haven't heard of guys do a divorce party. So I think I more so see women do it.
Honestly, it really wasn't any different than, I guess, a bridal shower.
Okay.
I guess you could say. And I haven't been to many of those either. But we got there, we surprised her.
So it was a surprise party.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so she didn't even know. I thought, okay.
Nope.
I don't think I've seen a surprise divorce party. Typically, the ones that I've seen again on social media, I've never heard of them
It's
locally.
the person
like,
that's
hey,
getting
I'm getting divorced, so I'm throwing a party type of thing. Okay.
Yeah. It was different. I mean, it was nice though. We had fun. It was just us ladies. We were playing games pretty much. I mean, it was literally like a bridal shower or like a baby shower. Like you play games.
Okay.
You have fun. Obviously, there's drinking involved. We had good food. I don't know who the caterer was that came and catered the food, but when I tell you his what was it? Shrimp and lobster mac and cheese.
Okay.
And his lamb chops, chef's kiss.
Okay.
It was like the best, probably the best mac and cheese with either crab or lobster and shrimp that I've ever had.
Oh wow!
And
That's
I've eaten at 5-star in different cities. Nah, nothing compares to it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was really good.
A lot.
Yeah. But yeah, that was really good. And then that particular day, I was exhausted. So I actually was only there for like 2-3 hours. And then I went home and went to sleep. I was actually pretty tired that day. Because I had got up and went to a workout at the oceanfront. Actually, I got the flyer from someone who works with Kayla. Remember she was featured on our podcast.
Oh yeah.
At Drip in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, you went to her gym? Mm-hmm. Oh, word, okay. How was
Me
that?
and my homegirl went. She had came in from out of town, and so she's been kind of in her workout journey as well.
Okay.
So she was like, let's do it. Let's go. And I was like, all right, cool. So we went, and it was tough. We were, with the exception of one other agent that had came, we were the only 3 that actually did the full workout without cheating.
Without cheating?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Without giving up and stopping and, I was very, very sore for like a week and a half. I felt like I had torn my quad from doing the exercises that we did because I don't lunge or do burpees, but I did them that day just to kind of show face. I won't do them again.
That's why I did burpees this morning. That's crazy.
Yeah, I figure out other ways. Those 2 particular exercises, because my knees are bad, I end up overcompensating in different areas of my body that I shouldn't have to deal with.
That makes sense.
So because of that alone, I don't end up being sore because the exercise makes me sore. I'm sore because I wasn't doing it properly.
Gotcha.
Because I'm either leaning too much to one side, trying to take the pressure off my knee, or I'm, maybe going back more and hurting my lower back, or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. I don't want to, if I'm going to do an exercise, I want to be able to do it right to make sure I'm not hurting in a way that compromises compromises me. So, yep. So
Shout
I did that.
Too. I hadn't talked to her in a minute. I seen her at a wedding. I think it was towards like last fall or something like that. So that's cool. So you got to check. I haven't been to her gym.
Yep. Then we went to Bay Local. That was actually pretty good. I ain't been to Bay Local in so long. What else did I do? I saw Ben, who's a part of our social media platform. We went to took the kids to Barnes and Noble so we could like read and buy books and stuff.
Yeah.
So we saw him in there. That was pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. And like I said, doctor's appointments, having to go through all the different loops and hoops. This kid there, that kid there. So
yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it definitely. We had a dentist appointment today.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's a lot for sure. What about you? What you been up to?
See, last time we recorded.
Oh, and we had a company bowling party yesterday.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I did pretty good, man. I bowled, I think my first score was a 119, and then my second score was a 132. So that was, I think y'all can check back the footage. I remember us having a convo, I think it was with Kayla, matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken. Now to speak about as far as like bowling.
I did horrible yesterday.
What'd you bowl?
80.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't remember the last time I did that. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I think that might, maybe, I don't know. We gotta check to see. That's what your score was. Right?
Yeah, but
what do you normally bowl?
About 120.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes when I go and drop my daughter off at practice, I'll take the other 2 kids and we'll go to the bowling alley. We've done that probably about 3 times consistently in the last like couple months, and every time I bowled over 100 easy.
Oh, okay.
Easy. Like, not even trying.
So the kids can vouch for you on that, is what you're saying?
I got pictures to vouch for me.
Oh, you got pictures. Okay.
I don't need the kids. I got pictures.
I'm just saying. I got you.
But the unique thing that I saw yesterday is, and I don't even know if you know this, you can go in and you can change your score. I did not know you can do that. You can manually go in there and make it a strike.
Oh, sure. I didn't know that. Well, I mean, actually...
I didn't know that until yesterday.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I do know that. I mean, with the way you said it, I didn't compute it that way. But yeah, I remember when I used to bowl more frequently, like, you know, because sometimes it'll make them, like, it'll mess up, right? Let's say you bowl and you knock, 8 pins down and it only registers 7. You can go in there and actually change it to what it's supposed to be.
I learned something new yesterday.
Yeah, so I said, shit, it gives you the ability to override what, you know, because the system is supposed to pick up what your pins are. So if the system messes up, you do have the ability to go in there and override what's on there. Yeah.
I wonder if some people did that.
No, I don't think nobody did that. I'm pretty sure people would have seen it and said something.
I am just playing.
Yeah, but I did pretty good, man. I left too many frames open, man. I had probably like 6 or 7 strikes between both of the games we played. One time I had 2 strikes. I almost bowled a turkey, which was pretty good. I think it was the last game we played, but it was cool. It was really cool. We had a good time. You know, getting out the office for a couple of hours, like you said, with some of our colleagues and playing. The team I was on came in second place. We lost by 12 pins. I was so mad. You know, I'm competitive, so I always want to win. But I did get I think they gave me a gift card, like a MasterCard gift card for like $50. So I guess that was a pretty cool consolation prize. But let's see, as far as what I've been doing, the last time we recorded, I was leading right into the kids' spring break. So I remember that Saturday, we went to Busch Gardens. That was really fun. Busch Gardens had like a Mardi Gras theme. And the weather was really, really good that day as well. And the food was really good. Like at each like part, you know, like Ireland and Scotland and France, they all had like different like Mardi Gras themed foods and just things that you can do, activities and shows and stuff. They had people walking around, you know, handing out beads and stuff. It was really cool. I had a great time. Let me see. Then led into spring break the rest of that week. So we stayed down at the oceanfront. We went down to the Marriott down there that we like to go to. So we stayed down there for 2.5, almost 3 days. That was really cool. So we went to the Atlantic, our favorite like seafood spot. It's crazy because my kids, I don't know if your kids like this, but my kids like to watch on YouTube like eating contests, I guess you could say, like when people like sit there and eat like a whole bunch of food or something like that. Like it's just kind of crazy, but they like watching that type of stuff. So when we went out to the Atlantic and had oysters, we ordered. The cool thing about the Atlantic is they have dollar oysters during their happy hour between 3 and 6. And so we ordered a whole bunch of oysters, and my wife, she ate 77 oysters, which I thought was insane. That was a lot. There's a whole bunch of. I had, I think, like 22 oysters, and my son had like 10. We had like pretty much almost like 100 oysters between us, but it was just crazy to see her eat 77 oysters like that. I've never seen a person do that. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was great. But she really likes them though. So, but yeah, it was cool, man. Being down there, the weather was good. This one day it rained, but it was cool because the one day that it rained, like we were able to like, you know, look at the water, the waves crashing and stuff. The kids loved it from the balcony, so that was really, really cool. But outside of that, we just walked around, hung out. It was pretty cool because Howard's basketball team was in town, so they stayed at the same hotel that we were at because they were playing against Norfolk State. So I met the coach. We were down there eating breakfast one day, having a conversation with him. Met some of the girls there as well. So
aren't they doing good?
Norfolk State girls doing really good.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, Norfolk State girls doing really good. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Howard, he told me their record was like, I think 18-12, so they're doing pretty solid. You know what I mean? Yeah, Norfolk State's record was like 22-4 or something like that. They've been balling.
I heard they've been killing it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, shout out to the MEAC because the MEAC tournament has been
this
down.
Weekend, right?
Yeah, it's going on right now.
Right now?
Yeah, it's going on right now at the Scope. So yeah, hopefully Norfolk State can pull it out. Boys and girls, both of the boys and girls are doing good this year. Mm-hmm. So spring break, we stayed down at the oceanfront for a couple of days. Played golf with my son a couple times, which was cool. What else we do? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
I think I saw on social media you went to a hockey game.
Yeah, so that was cool.
I've been to a hockey game when I was a lot younger.
Yeah, so it's funny because the first hockey game I ever been to was when we went to New York in October, and my son, he loves the New York Rangers for whatever reason. So we went and to see a hockey game there, and so that was like he had a great experience there. And so during spring break, I noticed that the Admirals, the local team that we have here, it's not a professional team, but the local team we have, they had a game as well. And so we went and checked them out. That was cool. They lost, which sucked, but it was cool. We had a good time. We actually was even on the Jumbotron, the screen up top. That was pretty cool. They were playing, what is it? What is it? The shark. What is the shark?
Baby Shark?
Baby Shark. I don't know why I couldn't think of Baby Shark. They were playing the Baby Shark, and they were trying to show like all the kids in the stands or whatever. And so the camera flashed on like me and my kids and my wife. And my son, he was like trying to lean and want to do that. And my daughter was like smiling with her ice cream in her face and stuff. So it was cool, man. We had a good time there. So I think, matter of fact, I'm gonna probably try to take our team to one of the games too. Because they had like nice little like areas you can sit there and kind of watch the games and stuff too. So that'd be a good time, maybe like a little team outing that we can do. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I feel like I'm missing a couple of things, but that's the bulk of the stuff that we did during spring break. And then this week, got right back into school. So
yeah. It's been a busy 2 weeks for me. I haven't done fun.
Where did y'all
stuff.
go? You said you were out of town for a tournament for your daughter. Where did y'all go?
Not Petersburg. It's another burg up there.
In Virginia? Still in Virginia?
Uh-huh.
Was it at a school?
It's up. Keep going up. It's north of Petersburg. It's another burg.
Harrisonburg?
Nope.
Well, where was it at? Like, what was it?
It's like an hour away from D.C.
Okay. Well, what was it at? Like at a school or something? Like
it was at a volleyball facility.
Oh, just a facility. Okay.
It's like 2.5 hours away from here.
Okay.
2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that.
I was thinking if it was like a college or something like that, and I probably could have known the name of it.
It's a well-known city. I just can't think of it, but
you've... Berg. Yeah, I don't know.
Not Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg. Okay. Yeah,
I think it's Fredericksburg. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, we were up there.
How did Canada go? How did she do?
They placed 4th, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how out of how many, but I would guess maybe 12-ish, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So
I
the
don't
top
know.
third, I guess you can say. So that's cool.
Yeah. And they could have won. They could have placed 3rd, but these kids get into their moods where they feel like they're losing, so then they actually start losing because they make a couple mistakes, and then all of a sudden, they're brainwashing like, "Yep, we lost this one," and then they start playing terrible. But when they're winning and they're on a winning streak, they'll do really good. And then they, in their mind, will be like, "Oh, we won this already," and then they'll start losing. Yeah. That's the mentality that the whole team has. It's crazy. Yeah, I've never had that mentality, so it's kind of hard watching them do that.
I think honestly, with you saying that's something that I feel like. I mean, you can even mention it to your daughter, and maybe she can mention it to the teammates, or the coach. Like the mental aspect of any sport that you do. Like a lot of times, people focus strictly on like the physical aspect of the sport, right? You got to get bigger, faster, stronger, practice, make sure you know what you're doing. But the mental part of a sport is very, very important as well. You know what I mean? I think that's something that a lot of people don't really talk about that much, and then also don't really put an emphasis on, So like just the ability, the belief in yourself, the belief in your teammates, just really mentally being prepared for whatever the situation that you're in. So I think that's something that's very important that a lot more folks need to focus on, because you're right. If you believe you're gonna do something, it'd be funny sometimes you see the result. Yeah, you know what I mean, that you'll actually end up doing it versus maybe having that non-belief or
But you would think that, like what I said, if they're winning, they have the belief that they already won, but then they still end up losing. Yeah.
So I mean, but the thing is, you could be winning something and not necessarily. I mean, it depends on how you're winning too. You know what I mean? Like, but you got to have that mental strength of like, yo, I'm going to get this done. Like, not like the score is almost like, I'm going to say irrelevant, but you need to be, playing.
Yeah, you got to finish.
Yeah, like the score, like even if you're winning by 20 or if the game is won like by close by
you got to
one.
keep playing like it's a tight game.
For sure.
Yeah, you definitely can't like loosen up your strategy and just say, oh, well, we already got this. We don't have to play as hard. Like, you dominate until the ref says, okay. Because I've seen that happen before too, where, one team is in such a great lead that they tell the other team to kind of like just.
True. My boy Los, I was just talking to him the other day. His son plays AAU baseball, so they literally kind of like what you're saying for yourself. I feel like they're traveling all the time. Like they were in Orlando the week before. He was in Georgia this past weekend. They were in New York like a couple weeks before that, but they go all over the place.
Well, yeah, she's in a regional. I couldn't do national.
Yeah.
We're in regional AAU, not national. National, you travel to different states and all over the place. I don't have time for that. I don't have the ability to drag along 2 other kids with me when my husband is gone. So
I was gonna say Los. When I was talking to him, it's crazy because he told me that I forget what place they came in, but he said the last game that they played, they got beat 26-4, and this is baseball. Yeah, and he said that they literally, like what you said, like they had to stop the game because they couldn't stop the other team. The other team kept hitting the ball. Everybody kept going, going around, and he was like, his son's team is really good. Like it's not like they're a bad team, like, but they played against one of the best teams from, I think he said it's either Alpharetta or from Atlanta, one of the two. But he said they were just amazing. Yeah. So,
I mean, it happens. I mean, I remember when my daughter played basketball, like, they were up by 60 points. They had to tell the other team, like, yo, stop full court pressing. At this point, but they had that dog in them, right? Yeah. They were like, we don't care how many points we're beating you by. You're not going to get this ball down the court until somebody steps in and says, hey, slow down. It's okay. You already won it. We know you. Now we're just here for fun.
It's a mindset. It's a mindset. That's why I said it's a mindset, man. It's a mindset. But yes, that's cool. Let me think. What else? We missing anything?
No, that was my weeks.
Yeah.
My 2 weeks.
Pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
I heard you earlier on the phone. You had a deal that was complicated or something like that when we walked in here.
Yeah. So it's crazy. So I got an agent, shout out to Crystal, who we work well together. She had a buyer who was pre-approved with another lender. They just got under contract, but the other lender was going to try to get the buyer the FHLB grant.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And so, that's the grant that a lot of people are going around and have, where it can get like up to $15,000, $20,000, and that could, go towards closing costs. It can go towards your down payment. Mm-hmm. And so from my understanding, what happened was the buyer was banking on this grant, and then the grant money ran out. And so the buyer was just like, man, what do I do? The lender was like, hey, I guess they couldn't do nothing. So Crystal was like, hey, Bryan, is there something that you can do to take a look at it? And so it's crazy. Her situation was she's an RN, she's a registered nurse. So the company that she used to work for, I mean, she was making consistently 6 figures in 2023, 2022, 2024. And so she was advised by this lender that, hey, you make too much money for the grant, right? And so the buyer actually took another job making less money just so she can try to get this grant. So she's an RN at one healthcare company, and she just took a job at Centera at the top of the year so she can make less money and now qualify for this grant. But see, the issue, though, with that situation is...
The issue was the fact that
she did that. But the thing is, let me explain this, though. So she didn't fully, leave the first job, right? So her first job, as an RN, you kind of just pick up hours as needed, right?
Yeah,
so
you have to do a minimum amount of hours to keep the job.
Yeah, so she just basically no longer made that a focus, and she's locked in with Centera. And so what happened is now that she works at Centera, she makes, I think it's like $60,000 a year, right? So that's allowable or acceptable income for the grant. But what the lender failed to mention to her is that $60,000 worth of income does not allow her to qualify for the home that she's under contract for. So it's funny, how sometimes when people try to feed one need, you also got to look at how, if you make a change or do something, how that can impact other things. And I think that's something that is a lesson that the lender and her can definitely learn from in this situation where, if you're going to make a decision or change something, you got to look at all the different things that could impact when you make those types of decisions. So the issue now is that She took this new job with Centerra is now her primary employment. You know, the issue is the other income that she was receiving, we can't use that as, you know, as secondary income because she hasn't been doing it long enough, right? And so she was under the impression that, hey, she can work both of those jobs where she can, but she was thinking that she can use both of those incomes, but she can't. And the other lender told her that she could. And so now she's in a situation, you know, the agent reached out to me and see if I can help. And typically it's funny, I would say,
typically you can help.
I can help. Like, I mean, out of the 10, I think this might be the first time that this agent has came to me. And she comes to me a lot with like these weird scenarios of things where I got to kind of pull out my magic wand and figure it out. And I've always, for the most part, you know, as long as they have sufficient credit, I've been able to figure the situation out and make it work. But this one, I mean, it was a hard stop. I couldn't do nothing with her new income. Her new income is not sufficient. And her DTI now, or debt to income, is 68%, which it sucks because if she'd just kept her old job, I could easily get her into the first-time home buyer program. She was getting closing costs from the seller. I mean, she wouldn't have to come out of her pocket maybe $2,000. I mean, it's very minimal income, and she had a minimal out-of-pocket expense, and she would have, you know, she has the money, but she was just trying to take advantage of this grant, and she changed her whole situation, and now she's going to not have a new home. So, yeah, that was the situation I was on the phone with. It's kind of crazy.
That is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I have never heard, like, this lender can't, they tell me they don't have much experience. Did you look them up?
I didn't. No, I didn't look them up.
I would have been curious to know who the hell told them.
I typically would do something like that, but I know his name.
Okay.
Yeah, I know his name.
Because
they
who
keep telling
would
me his name, but I don't.
Who would tell a person to take a $40,000 pay cut for a house? Like, that isn't beneficial to anybody.
So I think what she, again, I don't know the ins and outs of who said what, the conversation, or how it was sold, because she still technically can make the $100,000, right? So she can work at Centerra, make her $60,000, and then make 40 grand from her company that she was working with full time prior to that. So in her mind, she probably spun it like, hey, I can now just get, you know, 2 different jobs, get the same amount of income. You know what I mean? So I guess in her mind, she wasn't losing in the income part of it. She was just going to pretty much take a back seat to her primary job, but the lender failed to let her know how that impacts her when it comes to overall income. Yeah.
And then, guys, sometimes you make too much money for first-time home buyer. Everybody is not a first-time home buyer qualifier.
Preach on that, Sophia. I'm gonna let you go ahead and have the mic. Hold on, let me make sure the mic works real quick.
Right.
Go ahead and talk about that a little bit more. I think they need to hear you in the back. The people in the back need to hear you. Go ahead and talk about that, please.
Just because they talk on social media about how, you know, there's first-time home buyer programs that everybody qualify. Everybody don't qualify for that. Yeah. Sometimes you make too much money for first time. Yeah. Sometimes you do, and it's okay. It's okay to be, you know, the person who doesn't need the first-time homebuyer assistance. The assistance is for people who don't qualify. There's no need to finagle the situation and try to figure out how you can get something that doesn't apply to you. And then you put yourself in a predicament where now this happens, right? Yep. And now you can't get the house now. Yeah, you are yourself. You can't do anything. But wait. Now you gotta wait. Yeah. Now you gotta wait until you can increase that income, or I don't know, even if she could potentially go back to the previous. I don't know, because I don't know the whole situation of regarding her income to kind of give that type of advice. But still, it's just like, come on now, it's okay. It is absolutely okay to not be able to qualify for. I didn't qualify for first time home buyer. Did you? Maybe you did back then.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
you were like 21 when he was 12 when he bought his first house.
Sure. I wish. Shit, I wish Bill and Alfreda would have hooked me up. But nah. But I did honestly. When I bought my first house, what was going on was the Obama. He was giving out like that $8,000 down payment something.
It was something in the taxes, right?
It was a credit. It was like a tax credit or something like that. So I didn't have like what we're talking about, like down payment assistance, but I did get the benefit on my tax. I got like a nice return that year. You know what I'm saying? But I still had to come up with my own money for my down payment that year.
Yeah, it's okay. Because, I mean, if you really think about it, like, it's great to have these programs, but at the end of the day, you're literally maxing out your equity in the house, right? If you put a down payment, guess what? That's going towards the actual cost of the home. So you're financing less. It's almost like if you buy a car and you make a down payment on a car, you're going to finance less. That's okay. It's okay to do that because then your mortgage payment is slightly lower. Now, if you're in a predicament where you qualify, you don't have a down payment, you need the closing cost assistance, okay, great. But don't try to finagle the system to try and get, that's just like when it comes to, people who really need food stamps versus people who just get them. Yeah. Just because they know how to work the system. Yeah. And that's why our government is in the predicament that it's in right now. Because we have people who really need it.
I ain't gonna lie.
And then we got people who take advantage of it.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, man. And I hate to say it, but a lot of times, man, it be our people, man, that be doing it. A lot of times, man, like we'll bend through.
I think it's anybody.
No, it's anybody. But I'm saying, like, the conversations that I have when it comes to like the first time home buyer programs, like I could tell someone, who's of the same ethnicity as me, like, this is what it is. And they'll be like, well, no, I can, like, they'll just try to make it work when it doesn't apply
because
to them.
They don't want to believe the professional. That's correct. What that is.
But then I tell someone else of another ethnicity, and then they'll be like, okay, they'll just take it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but yeah, like you said, Sophia, like, I mean, it's okay that you make good money. Like, that's a good thing. Now, what that means is that you need to boss up and put yourself in a better situation as far as financially to be able to make that down payment. Because what it's saying is on paper, you make enough money to put the down payment down. So just go ahead and get yourself situated where you can do that.
Yeah, and if you make that money, right, that doesn't mean that you have to go out and now double your car payment and get the best car out there. That doesn't mean that you have to go out and get into the most luxurious house and have the highest mortgage. You don't have to max out your income because you make more. It's okay to live how you were living before. Yeah. You made that money for a while so you can save up and build you a bank account.
Yeah, live within your means. And I'll even, that's a big thing about financial literacy. And I'll shout out.
You can live within your means, right? But you got to save to get there. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I made $100,000 this year. Okay, this year I'm about to go splurge and get what I want, all the things that I didn't have before. You don't have to do that. You can wait a few years. Build up your savings account. Make sure you have that income over time before you start, going to buy those things that you didn't once have.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with my buddy about something very similar to this. And honestly, that's why I say I always, I try to speak to, my people a lot, Black people, because I know how our mindset is, and it's something that really needs a lot of work. I'm guilty of it as well, so I'm not absolving myself of it. But it's one of those things where a lot of times, like what you said, Sophia, when you work and you make good money, you feel like you have to show people that you made the money. And so therefore, you're going to buy things to show that you made the money when that's really not the way you should be going about it. And so, shout out to the music too. We got the music going on back there too. You know what I mean? But that's something that I really feel like is need. I don't know. We just got to work on it as a community. Like, we really got to work on that, because a lot of times we'll sit here and spend money, like you said, but we're never ahead because we're all in the same position. Because just because we're making more money now, we're actually spending that money we made. So we're always in that same position that we were beforehand.
Exactly. Yeah,
so we're never ever able to get ahead. We're always just kind of chasing, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, but shout out, I was going to say, I think it was this past weekend. I wasn't able to attend, but shout out to Earn Your Leisure.
They work here locally.
Yeah. Speaking of like financial literacy, that's kind of what they hang their hats on. I know I was able to go to the Invest Fest they had a couple years ago, and they gave some good information, but they were able to come up here. And I think somebody that went to Invest Fest a couple of years ago reached out to them and was able to get them to come here locally.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
In Hampton, and then be able to actually show, like, kind of give some information about like financial literacy, have those conversations, that a lot of people in our community, I feel like, aren't having. So I think it was pretty cool for having them to come and have those conversations with a lot of folks. I know a couple of my buddies went there and they said it was a good show, good turnout, and it was really good information. So shout out to them. Rashad and
I don't know their names.
Yeah, I forget
but
the
I know
other
you're
guy's
talking
name.
about.
Yeah.
I follow them on social media. They be having me cracking up. I think it's a third one now, right?
Well, now you're talking about
if he's not a part of it, he's like always there.
Yeah, Ian Dunlap. Yeah, he's really good in the stock market. I'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But yeah, he's really good into the stock. He's always with them though. He's not like the actual guys, I guess you could say, but he's a part of them.
Yeah, I see them on social media all the time. I think they're pretty cool.
Hmm? Yeah, do you want another one? You good? You were good or you want another one?
I want another one.
Yeah, I'll take another one. Yeah.
Now, speaking of some things that we have seen in the media, I saw this. Now tell me, what would you do if this happened to you?
Okay.
So CitiBank mistakenly credited 81 trillion to a customer's account.
How does that happen?
I mean, it's an accident.
How does CitiBank have $81 trillion to begin with?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. But they did it. It came out in the news. So what was the
result? I mean, what happened after that? Like,
well, I didn't read what happened afterwards. I mean, because
but you
technically,
asked me what I would do?
Yeah, what would you do?
Cash out. What the girls say? Cash me outside.
How about that?
Immediately. Like, what?
So you know that
I'm in the bank. I'm telling them, I'm like, yeah, you can get something too. Look, go ahead and get me right. We can go ahead and roll. Like, straight up. That's what I would do.
You can't even take that much money out the bank.
Hey, we're gonna find a way. We're gonna wire some folks, somebody. We gonna be in the bank for a long time, but we gonna be out there. I'm gonna send my cousin $250,000. Was it $250,000 they can hold in the bank at one time or something like that? I think it is
per account.
FDIC?
Yeah. $250,000 per account.
Yeah, we gonna everybody about to get $250,000. All my cousins and them. We gonna get $250,000 in everybody's account, and then we can go ahead and squad up somewhere else before they find out what's going on. I'm gonna say, tell them, look.
So it's funny
don't go
because
tell nobody. I'm gonna get $250,000 in your account too. We just gonna go ahead and load up.
So it's funny because I used to work in a bank when people would tellers would accidentally deposit into other people's account.
Yeah.
And it used to be people who would just hurry up and try to spend that money.
Yeah.
And we would just make your account negative.
But what if I had money in the account? I was using the money that y'all gave me. You can't take my money though, right?
So, for example, let's say you have $500 in your account, right? And you were credited $5,000.
Yep.
And then you go
burn that $5,000
and you withdraw $5,000.
Yep.
They're gonna take $5,000 from your account, and you're gonna be negative $450,000.
I guess I'm gonna find me a new
$4,500.
I'm gonna find me a new bank. Y'all can hold that credit. Y'all can hold that negative. Y'all can hold that dash. Y'all can hold that dash, and I'm gonna go dash.
See, look, did we just say that our people is the worst?
They should have messed up. Look, I'm not out here trying to like.
But you can't do that.
You can't just drop money in my account and expect me not to go burn it up.
No. See, that's the thing. A lot of people go and they get these bank accounts and they don't read that fine writing.
Hey, look.
At the bottom, they don't read them disclosures. And in them disclosures, it does say that if this happens, we will take this money out of your account.
Hey, look. Well, I want y'all out there who's listening to the pod, who's watching. I'm pretty sure we're going to have this as a reel. Y'all let me know how y'all going to spend that money. Because I know how I'm going to spend the money. I don't know about nobody else. I don't know about that fine print Sofia talking about. I didn't work at the bank.
I did.
I don't know. I'm just letting you know.
You did work at the bank.
I did, but not in like deposits and stuff like that. I worked as mortgage. I'm just letting you know, if they drop a dollar, I'm spending that dollar. And they better not ask me about where it's at.
Nah, see, you're going to mess around and be in jail. You trying to tell our followers that they about to go to jail. So.
I didn't tell them what to do. I told them what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay. So you telling them, what will you do?
Yeah, I'm asking them, what would y'all do?
What would you do? I know what
I would do. Y'all heard what I would do.
If you had 81 trillion dropped in your account tomorrow, what we doing?
I might even call Trump up. I know he'll probably get me out. He always figure a way out.
Be like, Trump.
Yeah, I give you a couple million, dog. Yeah, I give you a trill. Yeah, pardon me, bro. Yeah, pardon my back.
We in a deficit, so America need money.
I get y'all out the deficit right now. Get me out this other deficit, dog. Deficit funny. For deficit, bro. Straight up.
Speaking of Trump, House Speaker Mike Johnson's chief of staff, Hayden Haynes, was arrested for DUI after leaving Donald Trump's speech that he had when he spoke to Congress, the one that Al Green walked out of.
Oh yeah, no, he got kicked out of.
I'm sorry. Yeah. And then everybody else walked out.
Yeah, all the Democrats walked out.
Yeah. So isn't that crazy? Like, I wonder, is he going to be charged? Because if you and I was driving and we got a DUI, you know how much trouble you get in now for DUI?
Yeah.
Like, it's not cheap. You're definitely going to go through all the loops and hoops. I know someone who got a DUI and they had pulled over in a parking lot and went to sleep. And because they were intoxicated behind the wheel and wasn't driving, they got a DUI.
Well, you got to kind of put, I mean, if they're in that parking lot and then when they woke up, they were drunk, they must have been behind the wheel driving on top. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand getting a DUI, even though they caught you not in the moment driving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you did but you
Especially
took,
if you can't find no liquor, nothing, evidence of that in the car.
listen. You was responsible enough. I feel like at that point I should have took my fucking chance and went home.
See, look at you. Now you talk about me. Now look, we talk about that. Now look, I can throw it back at you because that to me still just that's like, hey, I commit a crime. I commit a crime and I don't get caught, and I still committed a crime. I mean, that's just what it is. Just because you saw me over here asleep, don't mean I ain't committed a crime. I got behind. Wrong. You're not supposed to get behind the vehicle.
You are not.
And drive a vehicle.
But if you should have some type of grace. They should be like, okay, this is a half a DUI.
Half a DUI.
Because you took responsibility. You get the D, not the UI. I give you the D.
That's crazy. Don't say that. Give you the D. That could. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. No pun intended.
Yeah.
What do y'all say? What do people say?
Pause.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause. There we go.
I don't know. Can girls say pause? I don't know. They can do that.
I don't know.
I remember on one of the last pods, I was getting killed in the comments for a couple of things I was saying. My boy Giovanni was like, "Dang, Bryan, I said something about choking on something." I listened back to him, like, yeah, that was good. If I'd have said this when I was growing up, man, they'd have got me, man. Growing up, oh, man, College Park would have ate me up, man.
Oh, that is funny. Yeah, I don't know if that's a woman thing or a guy thing.
I don't really never heard no woman say pause or like, something like, to the effect of like, of the comment that they just said, like how it can be interpreted in different ways.
That's definitely a guy thing.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I agree.
But I do feel like you should get some type of leniency for doing the right thing. Because you got in the car, you got there and was like, yo, I can't do this. So I'm going to pull over. Not necessarily go nowhere like too far. You done got behind the wheel and you're like, okay, I need to make sure that I get over here to this space and just chill. That's doing the right thing.
So that's just like, okay.
I ain't talking about driving halfway.
I have to, look, I understand what you're saying, but I have to disagree with you. That's like me selling drugs and then going down to the courthouse and be like, yo, man, my bad, I sold drugs over there. They still gonna get you for selling drugs because you already committed the crime. You know what I mean? Even though I did the right thing by it, I still did the crime already.
Oh, but you said if you went down to the courthouse and snitched on yourself?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
I mean, because I did the right thing. I went in, turned myself in.
You turned yourself in?
Yeah, that's the right thing. When you know you committed a crime and you turn yourself in, that's considered doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
That is funny.
I mean, you already the damage is already done, as they say. So I mean, it's over.
Okay. Oh, cheers.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. That's funny, but yeah.
Yeah. But more. Speaking of obviously mortgage stuff, I feel like we obviously talked like a lot of BS so far, but I will say mortgage applications have been increasing. I've seen, they say month over month, mortgage applications increased by, I think it was 11 or 12% from February to March. I know that's the testament of interest rates going down. As I mentioned on the last pod, that 10-year treasury has been down from like 4.75. It got all the way down to like 4.18. And I seen it starting to kind of go up a little bit. It's like 4.3 right now. The CPI and the PPI came out on Wednesday and today.
Actually did well, right?
Yeah, it did well. I mean, even with the 10-year treasury, I mean, it went up a little bit, but I mean, interest rates didn't really have, a negative impact. Yeah. So, like I said, I even had a recent refinance come through, like I said, because, a lot of times when you see rates start to drop a little bit, you kind of get in that window of you have some people that are on the fence about doing things, and that opens up to them, potentially doing some stuff. So
absolutely. Yeah. And when the news start reporting, rates are falling, automatically they think, oh yeah, rates went down from a 8 to 2. Let's go buy.
Yeah, you're right.
And that ain't the case.
Yeah. They definitely didn't go down that low, but I mean, they definitely got better.
Yeah, they've gotten better. So what are you seeing? I'm seeing low 6s.
I'm consistently seeing low 6s. Yeah. When it comes to people who have really good credit, I'll definitely mention that. It's funny.
Coming from where we were in the 8s. I mean,
yeah, we were 8s and high 7s.
Right.
Not too long ago.
Not too long ago. So yes, rates have gone down, but keep in mind where they came down from.
Yeah. So like I said, it's all relative. I mean, it's relative to where we were. Not speaking about obviously the pandemic time, but in the recent history of where we were. I mean, they have been going down and trending down. So that's a good thing. Hopefully they continue to do that. The stock market, though, has been taking a pounding. Like
Absolutely. I saw
man.
it was like $1 trillion was taken out the market like in the last couple of days, right? Between like Warren Buffett and a couple other people who have just like snatched their money out the market. Due to what's going on in the news.
Yeah. I know Monday was a pretty bad day because Trump had I think had a press conference or something. I didn't see it, but I saw the headline, and I think someone asked him about like, are we entering a recession? Like, are like, if we start trending in that direction, which we are, like, would you do something to try to make sure we don't go into that? And he basically said like, nah. He was like, I mean, if we get in a recession, that's what it takes to get us into a better spot, then that's what it's going to take. And so the market didn't respond very well at all when he said that. And so Monday was a pretty bad day. Like I mentioned before, I do trade options with Tesla. I kind of mainly focus on Tesla, and Tesla dropped $40 on Monday. Like, and immediately, like it had dropped a couple dollars, maybe like $5 to $10 earlier in the day. But he had that press conference like towards like the end of the day. We call it power hour from 3 to 4, and it just started dropping like crazy. Like I hadn't really seen a stock move that down that quickly in a while.
Wow.
And so it and for me it's a good thing because a lot of times what I'll do is, on trading options, I'll trade puts. And that was a situation where that worked out where, you're betting or shorting a stock. You're thinking the stock's going to, not do well and, respond negatively. And they always say, buy the news. What do they know? They say, sell the news, buy the information. I can't remember the whole little saying that they say in it, but it's definitely attested in that situation when that news came out. I mean, the market responded, in a negative way. So, yeah, it's crazy. The stock market, like I said, has been taking a plumb. But I will say that, this is a good time to buy solid stocks that are going to be around, for a while, like your Apples, your Nvidias, all those stocks that, are in like AI tech, because that's kind of like the new wave of things that are being done now. I definitely would buy stocks now because they're at the lowest that they're going to be. Even Bitcoin, I've seen Bitcoin is low as well, as the lowest has been in a little while as well. It's been going low too. So, but yeah, definitely look into, and make sure that your money's being put in the right places where you can, capitalize off the situation, because there's always opportunities around you. You just gotta, take advantage of them when they're presented.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So moving forward, we're here. You just ate a meal. And I feel like I have another trivia question for you.
Okay. What you got?
So when it comes to seafood, you just talked about how Brooke ate 77 oysters, right?
Insane. Crazy.
Collectively, y'all ate a little bit over 100, right?
Yep.
So if I'm gonna give you 4 options, 4 seafood options, and you got to drop one.
Okay.
And your options are lobster, oysters, shrimp, and crab. Okay. Crab.
Mm-hmm.
Which one you dropping?
Actually, this is kind of easy for me, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So I'll give you the whole process of elimination for me. Okay. So anybody who knows me knows my favorite seafood, lobster.
Okay.
Favorite seafood. Nothing like a good cooked lobster roll, like butter. What did you say earlier? Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Love me some lobster. So that's number one. Like I always say, that go over there.
Apparently oysters too.
They in the cut. Number 2, definitely oysters. I like oysters a lot as well. I like them a certain way. They're raw, I like them, but I like them like steamed, popped open a little bit. I even like them like oyster Rockefeller, as well. When you get the breaded, spinach and things on it, like I like oysters. So oysters is number 2. So for me, it comes down to crab and it comes down to shrimp. And
I'm gonna say you go ahead.
Okay.
I know what you're gonna drop.
You know what I'm gonna drop?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So for me, what I'm gonna drop is I'm dropping shrimp.
What?
I'm dropping shrimp.
I did not think you were gonna drop shrimp.
Look at you. Look, she thought she knew me.
I thought you were gonna drop the crab legs.
So
reason why?
Okay. So I'll say this. So for me, shrimp, I like shrimp. I always think shrimp is just so hard with the peeling, all of that, like the veining. It's just a lot that goes into the preparation of the shrimp.
What?
Then on top of that, for me, we didn't specify it all the way, but I like fried shrimp. Like if you ask me the type of shrimp I like fried shrimp. So I'm just taking everything, the seafoods, into their natural form. Natural oysters, lobster, shrimp, and crab. For me, I like crab legs, butter, hot sauce. Like I love crab legs. So shrimp, I typically eat like with pasta, like fettuccine alfredo or something like that. But I can go without shrimp. Like I can go without shrimp. So to answer the question for me, the one that got to go with shrimp.
Okay.
What you got? What is one that you got to go? Or what has to go out of that combo?
So I'm going to start with what I would probably eat the most out of the 4 options is probably shrimp.
Oh.
Now, I will say, I too really only care for fried shrimp.
Yeah.
Sauteed, shrimp scampi, stuff like that.
Yeah, ain't all that to me.
It ain't all that to me either. And the reason why is because everybody can't cook shrimp. So I can't predict who cooks it well ahead of time. I feel like it's hard to mess up fried shrimp because you only got to drop it for like 5 minutes and it's done. But I feel like some people tend to overcook shrimp and then that completely like throws it off because it ends up being rubbery, overcooked. I don't like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then we got, so fried shrimp is my number 1.
So fried,
it has to be fried.
That's a little different though.
I mean, that's just like what you said about oyster Rockefeller. You said,
I eat oysters in there. I mean, I guess I was looking at everything in their natural form. Like obviously, when you can fry something to make it better than what it is without it. You know what I mean? So I was just answering the questions based on the natural form. But I got you.
If I'm at the restaurant and I see fried shrimp, oysters, which I can make Rockefeller, crab, and lobster, I'm going to choose fried shrimp. Even if the lobster is fried, I'm going to choose fried shrimp over fried lobster, right?
So you got fried shrimp over. So what's the
So
next?
my second one is probably going to be crab legs.
Okay.
Although I hate cracking crab legs. Like I feel like it's just so much work for so little meat.
It is.
But once you get to the meat,
that boy,
it's very, very good, right?
Boy, stop.
Like I see the mukbangs, I think on social media is when they eat. I think they're called mukbangs, right? When they eat the food.
Oh, I didn't heard that.
So they usually do like lobster, king crab lobster, and they have like this spicy dip with onions and stuff. And they eat it like they dip the whole king in it. I'm like, oh, I wish I could do that one day.
You wish you could do that one day.
Yeah, I can't do it because I don't know how to make that stuff, but it looks so good. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, crab legs is my second choice. My third choice is probably gonna be oyster Rockefeller. And I'm dropping the lobster.
Dang. That's my favorite. So that's funny. The one that's your favorite is the one I would drop, and the one that's my favorite is the one you would drop.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I don't really care for lobster steamed or cold for that matter. Period. I can stomach eating some shrimp scampi, right? But I don't really care for like sauteed lobster at all. So
look, you're gonna have to. I think you need to get some good lobster, man. I think you're missing out.
Maybe.
If you have some good, you said, matter of fact, you mentioned earlier you had was it lobster mac and cheese, right?
I don't know if it was lobster or if it was crab. I couldn't tell. I don't know because it was already it was like a seafood type of thing. I know for sure scallops wasn't in it because I don't care for scallops, but it was for sure shrimp and it was either lobster or crab. And it was all mixed in, and I really couldn't tell. But it was so good. Could have been a cheese with it, I don't know. But it was it was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely dropping lobster for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna have to give you some spots and some good lobster, man. There's some good local spots here that got some really good lobster too, man.
It gotta be fried.
Yeah, I mean you can have I think you can get some. You get some good, some steamed lobster, man, with some butter, man. I think you would like it. If you like, because it's very similar to like crab legs. You tell me like crab legs like that. You can eat lobster just like that, and it tastes like lobster is more of a fine seafood than crab. You know, crab is more bottom of the barrel. So I think that if you ate just like how you look at crab legs and how you was explaining it with the whole video, I guess whatever the name of it called, you can eat lobster just like that. And to me, it tastes better, but. You know.
And lobster is even worse than shrimp. If you overcook lobster, it's tough as shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So I've never had a place.
But that's really any seafood, though.
That's what I'm saying. But I haven't.
Cook, like,
I haven't been
salmon like that. I mean, anything that you can think that you're not cooking it long enough, and you can overcook it. And I mean, because seafood, you don't really need to cook that long to be honest.
You don't.
Yeah.
And I have yet to find somewhere who's made lobster and it wasn't overcooked, unless it was fried.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some names of some places, man. 'Cause there's some good lobster around here locally. Definitely some good lobster around here.
Yeah. So that's what I'm dropping.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Let us know, the people that are watching this
some good
video. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know what y'all think as far as. I know in the comments I've been seeing some of the comments be going crazy. Some of the other things we've seen so far. Yeah. You know what I mean. So let me know what y'all think as far as what you would drop when it comes to your seafood. So Sofia would drop, like she said, lobster, and I would drop shrimp. So.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I think that's all we have. You got anything coming up?
Let me think. Coming up, actually, this weekend, I got a client appreciation event I'm going to, and I got this I'm going to this church. They're doing like a home buying expo that I got invited to. I haven't done something like that in a while. Normally, I don't do no type of work like that on Saturdays, man. But this particular person been trying to get me to come out, man. So I was like, you know what? It's for the church folks. I grew up in the church, man. I have no problem giving back to the community in that way. So I got that going from 9 to 1, and then literally I got a client appreciation event at 2:30. So
okay,
be pretty busy on Saturday. Yeah, pretty busy on Saturday doing that. But
I'll be at the tournament all day.
Yeah, outside of that, that's pretty much it for real. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, coming up.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you can definitely follow us on social media. Mine is I am Sofia KB. You can also follow the podcast at Let's Talk BSPC.
Yep, and you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Again, I'm Bryan, BRYAN _Royster. And we'll see you next time.
See you next week. Or in 2 weeks.